Let's get the cylinder head off. I can take a look at it. Now, anytime you get an engine hot, you can kind of fix them. It takes a little bit of work. Here's some of the things you want to look for. Now, there's a lot of running surfaces, the cam and the cam bearings, the cam journals. And here's a couple of caps, and they don't look too bad, but they've got some signs of scuffing. So all your running surfaces you want to take a look at, whether you've scuffed any of your buckets, keep an eye on that. Now, we'll look at the bottom side. This is kind of critical here. So I don't see anything too far off right now, but what we've done is by overheating it, you've actually overaged the material. This is aluminum, so it's got heat treatments. It's going to give the material hardness and strength. Well, we've over-temped it, especially in areas like between exhaust seats. It's hard to get a cooling jacket too close to there, so these are your hottest running areas around the spark plug and between the seats. So more than likely, we've overaged this material and we've lost some strength. So if you overheat it too much, you can lose a lot of rigidity to hold in these valve seat inserts. You can start to develop cracks a lot prematurely. So overheating an engine's really bad. You can fix it. A lot of times you'll get a warpage in the head, maybe the block. You can skim cut them, but you could lose a lot of strength that will kind of eat you over time. Let's take a look at this head gasket. Typically, if you overheat an engine, even if you kind of refill it and it runs for a little while, you may end up with a blown head gasket. One thing you want to look for is, carbon tracking. So basically, these combustion gases trying to bleed out into a water jacket, maybe an oil drain. Another thing is you've gotten this so hot, and these pistons get soft, and they'll start scuffing, leaving material. So look in your cylinder bores and see if you've got any metal transfer from your piston onto your cylinder walls. This doesn't look too bad. The timing system went quick and saved a lot of real big damage, but there's a lot of hurt still on here. Maybe we should look under the bottom. Oops, the other way. And check out some of these bearings.
All right, now we've got the mains out and we've got the rod caps out. We're looking at the crank itself, and really it doesn't look too bad.
Yeah, it could probably be polished up. We'd have to check the diameters, make sure we're in spec. But the rods themselves, the bearings in both, are pretty much abused. Now here's a decent looking bearing. It's got reasonable wear to it. Light scratching, a little bit of polishing. That's okay for this kind of lifespan. Now these other ones, they're kind of hurt. We're starting to see some fatigue and some lifting, of some material actually from the bearing, so we're losing that. But the rods, boy, they're on the borderline. You can see some serious scuffing. This guy, he has no spring left. It just sets in there. It's the crush between the cap and the rod that's holding that bearing from spinning. So, any one of these could have let go and spun, and once you spun a bearing, boom, you might have rods out the side of your block. So this is about maintenance of your engine, whether it's your front end drive, your accessories, your belts. You got to check your water pump. Sure. Make sure you got coolant levels. Change your oil. Make sure you got oil level right. Because otherwise, as Brian's implying, you're going to have a stinky engine. That's some burnt oil smell.
Yeah, this is one nasty smelling engine.
If you don't take care of it yourself, you got no one to blame but,
That's right.
You.